tell me what Tyson was like. Like, you know, I saw so many boxers, and when he burst onto the scene, wow. I mean, wow. And I was watching some reruns, like, you know, a week and a half ago. He seems a really good guy, you know, and he's had bad press and stuff, but he just seems... There's one guy I'd love to meet one day, and hopefully in Vegas or somewhere you can intro him into me. But tell me about him. Tell me, you know, you obviously know him pretty well.
I would love to introduce you to him. He's one of the greatest guys ever, man. And the thing about Tyson is when he was coming up, the world had never seen anything like this.
Yeah,
man.
no, I mean, yeah.
Tyson had this aura about him, and this, you know, this look, this aura that when he walked into the room, it was like when you said you went to your first boxing match. Mike Tyson scares people, man. When that guy walks into a room, you're like, holy shit, there's Mike Tyson. I'll never forget the first time that I brought him to a UFC event, and I had him sitting with me at my table. Yeah. And the fighters were walking into the octagon to fight, and they'd see him and freak out. They would like freak out because he was there. I mean, this is the guy that everybody grew up idolizing. And then you take Tyson, the way he fought, what he would do to people, how viciously he would knock them out, how he would chew up and spit out sparring partners left and right, the things that would happen outside of the ring. You know, he'd get in these crazy fights, you know, in the streets with Mitch Blood Green and you know, some of the interviews that he would do when he would freak out and snap on people. He just had this. There's never been an athlete like Tyson. There never will be again. Yeah. The aura that this guy had, the fear that he put into people, not just opponents, people that are actually sitting in the ring. I mean, in the arena, were afraid of him.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm so glad you've. And tell me, what is he like as a person? And you now see him on TV shows, and it's kind of funny. What's he like as a person? I mean, we all see him in the ring, right? And you've described him so aptly. I mean, even on TV, when you're just like in awe and like, my God. But what's he like? What's he like as a person? And you know, hanging out with him and stuff.
He's awesome. He's funny. I'll tell you a quick story. So he's going to do this Roy Jones fight that they just did, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm against it. He's too old. I don't want him to fight. He doesn't have to fight. He's got other talents. He can do other things. He makes money in other places. Yes, you're not going to go in and make 10 million in one night like you could fighting. So I call him up and I said, Mike, don't do this. Don't do this fight. You know, let me do this, that, and that. Yeah. So then I start talking about the fight negatively, and he gets pissed at me.
Right.
So he calls me up and says, listen, man, we're friends. We've been friends for a long time. I'm a grown-ass man. This is what I've done my whole life. If I want to fight, I'm going to fight, and I don't need you shitting on my fight publicly. And I said, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right, and I apologize. You ain't going to hear another fucking word out of me. So I said, but I got you a gig. It's Shark Week. We're going to do a Shark Week on you. You know, you're going to go down, you're going to swim with sharks. He says, so let me get this straight. You care so much about me that you don't want me to go and fight another guy that something I've been doing my whole life, but you want me to go out in the ocean and swim around with sharks. Yeah, it sounds like you really care about me. Which I thought was hilarious.
Good man. Where does he live? Vegas or?
Yeah, he has a house here. He's got a place in LA.